Avenir is a global career guidance event to empower students and assist them in identifying their ideal future career path. It was conceptualized by the Board of Directors of Indian Schools in Sultanate of Oman. The first Avenir was organized at Indian School Al Mabala in the year 2018. In 2019, Indian School Al Seeb conducted the program. Indian School Muscat conducted the first virtual Avenir in the year 2020. Avenir 2021 was conducted virtually by Indian School Al Wadi Al Kabir. In 2022, the flagship school in Oman. Indian School Bosher is all set to fly the flag higher by conducting Avenir 2022 in hybrid mode. Our impeccable planning, devoted team, unmatched resources guarantee a memorable event. The 5-day event will be held from Thursday, October 13, 2022 to Tuesday, October 18, 2022. Prominent achievers, educators, and industry experts will address the audience. Universities and educational institutes from different corners of the globe will present themselves to the audience of Avenir 2022. The event is open to all educational boards, including CBSE, ICSE, IGCSE, and IB. It will provide comprehensive career guidance to students to pursue their passions at national and international universities. Avenir 2022 guarantees a wealth of information and awareness on 21st century courses, scholarships, internships, and career placements. This event will assist students in discovering their ideal future career path. Let us gather together for this 5 days of excitement, effulgence, enlightenment, exploration, and exaltation. Let's join Avenir 2022 to discover you.
Good evening, one and all. Let me take you all to the listings of what to expect in today's session. This is the third day of the Mega Career Guidance event, Avenir 2022 #DiscoverYou, hosted by Indian School Bausha under the aegis of Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman. The welcome address will be followed by a brief introduction of our eminent speaker. Then we shall invite the esteemed speaker for his presentation. After the presentation, we shall request our guest speaker to answer a few questions raised by the attendees in the Q&A segment. The continuing session will be taken up by the university spokesperson. The detailing of the courses available and the process of admission will be explained in detail. We shall conclude this session with a vote of thanks.
Practice in management requires learning as fast as the world is changing. Warren Bennis. What a fantastic quote to begin the session. Good evening, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to Avenir 2022 #DiscoverU, a global career guidance program launched by Indian School Bausha under the aegis of the Board of Directors of Indian Schools in Oman. On behalf of Indian School Bausha, I, Zeba of Class 9,
and I, Ryan of Class 9,
take the proud privilege of expressing our profound gratitude to His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq Al Said for the magnanimous and noble benevolence showered on the Indian diaspora in the Sultanate of Oman. May the Almighty bestow His choicest blessings on His Majesty, and may this nation experience peace and everlasting prosperity.
we are happy to welcome all the students, parents, and teachers for being a part of Avenir 2022 #DiscoverU. Thank you one and all for your benign presence here this evening. It is with sheer joy and great pride that I take the task of introducing our speaker today. Our honorable guest, Mr. KRISHNA Mohan, holds an amazing career history. His achievements are being the head of Department, Operations and Supply Chain Management, GITAM, School of Business, BE MBA. He worked in ECIL, a Government of India Department of Atomic Energy Enterprise, for 18 years. He's a certified strategic management teacher and AP Productivity Council as Principal Director. His expertise includes business strategy, operations, supply chain management, and marketing. He's a fellow of Institute of Engineers, India, life member of IETE, CSI, NHRD Network, ISTD, and QCFI. He is currently pursuing research in strategic management from GNTUH, Hyderabad. We would like to request the audience to kindly post your queries in the Q&A box. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please join me and listen to our speaker, Mr. KRISHNA Mohan, on his topic, Is Management Applied Common Sense? The platform is all yours, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's really an honor to me to address the audience across the globe on this event, on this occasion, to discuss about a very, very interesting topic, is management applied common sense. As I go forward, I would like to introduce the university for which I'm working, where I'm working as a professor, a quick glance at the university, because it's a place any student in the world dreams to pursue their academic career. I will take less than 5 minutes to introduce my university, the deemed to be university, the GITAM University. I will take the privilege of introducing the institution where I am serving. GITAM deemed to be university. It has 4 campuses in India. One campus is at VIJAYA. Along with that, we have a medical college, the second campus, and we have a campus in Hyderabad that is in Telangana, and the 4th campus is in Bengaluru, that is in Karnataka. The university has started its operations as an engineering college in 1980. And if you look at the progress of that engineering college, which has been recognized as the one and only one institution of higher education, has been granted the status of deemed to be university in 2007. Then it started its campus in Hyderabad and Bangalore, and it started the medical college in 2014. You look at the 3 campuses, because studying in this campus is a great experience, and you find our honorable founder, late Dr. McBs Murthy. All these campuses are the brain children of this great gentleman. And you look at the accolades that GITAM has won over a period of time. It is a NAC accredited A+, and then ACT has approved all its courses, and UGC has granted a special status to this university, and it's a category 1 rated autonomous university. We have the autonomy of developing and delivering the courses in all domains of learning. You look at the accolades, they follow the NRF ranking, the World University ranking, the University Grants Commission ranking. And this is the association of my university with various organizations which are into industry. If you may have to talk about the industry institute collaboration, I think you don't find as much collaboration as we have at GITAM in India. And there are different schools, close to 12 schools are there: technology, management, science, humanities, pharmacy, architecture, public policy. I think somebody has raised the hand. Should I respond to that?
No, sir, you can continue the session.
Okay, fine. So there are 12 different schools. I think there is a Q&A session. If you have any questions, you can ask me, post those questions in the Q&A session. So there are 12 different schools. So once you are in GITAM, you have all the programs available to you. And the new educational policy introduced by the government of India, we are the first to really adapt to that. And we are catering to the intellectual curiosity of the student. And we are going to really develop the diversified skill sets in a student. An engineering student can focus on visual arts. A student who has taken the science can get into management. So this is the kind of program structure that we have in our university. This is an experience to sit in this kind of classrooms and listen. You're looking at the classroom of the Kautilya School of Public Policy in Hyderabad. And as I told you, we have a medical college in a hospital. And I'm very happy to inform you that GITAM Hospital has catered to as many number of patients, during the COVID pandemic. And it has drawn the appreciation from the government of India. So if you look at the placements is a long story at GITAM. You don't find as many organizations which are visiting GITAM as anywhere else in this country. It's a place where the organizations, the industry look forward for the best possible human resources in various disciplines. And we are also nurturing the young minds to start their own business. We have a venture development center, which is taking care of, igniting the young minds to be the entrepreneurs. And festivals, activities, the kind of experience you draw once you spend your time, your energy in this particular campus to pursue your education, right from the UG to PG to PhD. All kinds of programs are available at one place, that is GITAM deemed to be university. So you look at the size of the campuses: 110 acres at VIJAYA, and 230 acres at Hyderabad, and 50 acres at Bangalore. These kind of sprawling campuses, it is very, very difficult to find in this kind of scenario. This campus is the Hyderabad campus. It's a different experience to really be in this campus and study either BTech or BE or MBA or any other course of your choice. So this auditorium is known as the Shivaji Auditorium. To witness any event in this auditorium itself is a great experience. So I think one has to come and see to believe it. So these are the many conference halls that we have. And this is, of course, we take care of your hunger. We will also give you the best possible taste so the students can enjoy the food at home, though they're away from their residences. The physical events, the courts, the sports and the games that we encourage, the kind of competitions that we encourage. And this is how we really look at the overall development of a student during his UG, PG programs. So we strongly believe in Mahatma Gandhi's thought that you should learn as if you are going to live forever. You should work as if you are going to die tomorrow. So learning is the name of the game here. And also we believe in making our own students as the change makers. Because as Mahatma Gandhi said, that if you want to create a change in the environment, you be the change you want to see in others. This is what we believe in it. And we also encourage our students to be the change makers in the society. Thank you very much for giving this short opportunity to introduce about my university. Now let me switch over to the topic of the day. The topic of the day it's a talk on the management is applied common sense. This is what I thought I would share with most of you. People talk about management in big way. managers are, looked at in a different way. What do managers do? What is so great about management? Why it has taken the center stage and it is controlling all other domains. Say, for example, if you're talking about technology, people are talking about technology management. If you're talking about hospitals, people are talking about healthcare management. So when you talk about business, people are talking about supply chain management. What is this management all about? So let us look at it. What is this management all about? Is it something new? Is it something which we can't do? Is it something somebody has to really thrust upon us? Or can we really look within ourselves and see and identify our own abilities to focus on our own strengths and ensure that we be the best managers possible? Understanding management or the knowledge of management is inherent in every individual. The objective of this particular topic, the selection of this topic, to make everybody understand that if you focus on your common sense, if you can nurture your common sense, if you channelize your common sense, you can be a very good manager. That is the objective. If you look at the schema of presentation, I'm going to talk about understanding who a manager is and what is the art and science of management and what is not management. So it is also very, very important. People feel that they are managing, but are they doing so? Let us see what is not management. And what is the difference between intelligence and common sense? There are so many intelligent people. And is there any difference between the common sense and the intelligence? Or suppose if there is somebody who is intelligent and also having a lot of common sense, can he really integrate these two abilities and do something better? And finally, let us understand how management is understood as applied common sense. This is how I'm going to present before you during the next 15 to 20 minutes. Suppose if I ask you a question, are you a manager? Normally, when I ask this question to my students in a classroom, the people say, no, sir, I'm not a manager. I'm still a student. Then I'll ask them, is it so? Okay, fine. Then I'll ask them, the next question is, so fundamentally, my students are feeling, the students of your age group are feeling that they are not managers. Fine. The next question is, I will ask them, who is the manager? So the answer is very simple. Suppose if you ask somebody who is a driver, who drives a car, right? Who is a singer, who sings? Then who is a manager, who manages? Fine. Then what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What do managers do? People say they control people. They have a group of people to lead. They give work to the people. So these are the kinds of answers that I get from my students. But why do managers do so? This is the next question. Managers do so because they have some objectives to fulfill. They are supposed to lead some teams and they are supposed to achieve some targets. So this is the reason why they are managing people. So now you see, manager, what the manager does, he is not only planning for something, he is also enabling a set of people to achieve those goals and targets. The next question I asked my students, okay, my dear students, if managers are supposed to do something, achieve something, do you mean to say they are supposed to take some decisions? Then there will be an acceptance from the students. They would say that, yes, sir, managers take decisions. Now I ask a question to the students. Now that you have taken a decision to answer to my question, is it not? Then the student says yes. And you have taken a decision to listen to my lecture, is it not? The student says yes. What does it mean? You don't find any moment in your life which is exempted from taking a decision. This is very, very, very important. If you are active, if you are alive, you are a decision maker. Please don't forget it. What is the first decision that you take in a day? Whether to get out of the bed or not. Isn't it? Is it not a decision? Fine. If you want to get out of the bed, would you like to get out of the bed from the left-hand side or the right-hand side? Another decision. Suppose if your mom prepares, a wide variety of items and serves you as a dinner, again, a problem of decision making. Which item to taste first? How to combine different items and, enjoying the fun? Decision making. Go to the college, whether to go to the school or not go to the school is a decision. Listen to the teacher or not listening to the teacher is a decision. Now you tell me, when managers are always involved in taking decisions, suppose if I call you a manager, do you accept? Then my students will say, yes, sir, we are all managers. So what managers fundamentally do, they take decisions. They need to take a decision like what is right, what is wrong, what is to be done now, what is to be done later. Because any decision that you take leads to some action. Any decision that you take leads to some action. If you want to sleep, you have decided to sleep, right? You need to go and sleep, right? So any decision that you take leads to some action. So now you need to decide what kind of action you are supposed to do or initiate. Okay. So decision-making process is a part and parcel of life. Don't forget. So all of us are managers. So when you have taken a decision to do something, you are consuming 3 resources. I repeat, when you have taken a decision, and you wanted to do something, implement your decision, 3 resources are consumed. Your time is consumed, your energy is consumed, your time is consumed, your energy is consumed. What else? Time, energy, and money. Money is consumed. How do you say, sir, I'm not spending any money to listen to your lecture? Suppose if you're not listening to my lecture, if you think something which is really useful to you, instead of listening to my lecture, that would have led to some other idea, which would have forced you to learn something else, which would have added one more skill to you, probably would make you more employable. So please don't forget that whenever you are going to implement a decision that you have taken, you are supposed to consume resources. So managers, they not only take decisions, they focus on the resources available, consumption of resources. With minimum possible resources, can we deliver the results? All decisions, my dear friends, I call you friends because we are all friends, because you are listening to me, you are my friend. And you are questioning me, you are my friend. Can we name all decision makers as managers? Can we really call all decision makers as managers? But decisions should have some objective. Decisions should have some time frame. Decisions should lead to some change. If people are taking those kind of decisions, then definitely I call all decision makers as managers. But fundamentally, if you identify yourself as a manager, think about your own ability to take a decision. How do you really steady yourself? We study many people around us, but we will never focus on the abilities that God has bestowed in our brain. This is a supercomputer. Please don't forget. This is a supercomputer. If you can really maneuver it well at this age, it is like unformatted hard disk. I really do not know the capacity of the hard disk. It is multiples and multiples and multiples of petabytes. That is the kind of memory God has given to you. You listen to something continuously, you remember it. You can reproduce it. But are we really focusing on what we are listening? Are we really focusing on what we are reading? Are we really focusing on what we are talking? Now you see, within the possible time, can you really make use of this, the limited time, to add value to yourself, to acquire a new skill, right? So nobody wastes the time. Again, you see people say it is common sense, that why anybody would waste time. Common sense. Now you see, we use this word common sense so frequently. Let us try to understand why I really think about management being applied common sense. Let us go further. And what is the distinctive feature of managers? I have already placed before you what are the distinctive features. Let us try to understand. If you look at the word manage, because we are all worried about what is the history of these words, right? It's a Latin word. The Latin word means manage is something like a Latin word which gives a meaning of hand. Hand. Why it is hand? This is also where we get the word manual. Manage. If you go to the Latin dictionary, you look at these kind of meanings. One is hand, the same thing manual. Manual means doing something with hands. In this sense, managing something originally meant to control it with your hands. Now my question is, why do you need to control? Now you see, I have introduced another new word, control. Manage means control. Is it not familiar to all of you? Because most of the times, when the crowd is too big, you say, can you please manage it? If the money is not available sufficiently, can you say, can you please manage it? If the time available is not sufficient, you will ask somebody, can you please manage it? So we use this term manage to indirectly communicate that you want to control something. But when do you control? When something is going out of control, you will try to control it. How do you know that something is going out of control? Am I clear? When do you feel that something is going out of control? You wanted to do something and you started doing something, but you are not exactly doing what you wanted to do for various reasons. Say, for example, you are driving a car. Why do you need a steering? A steering is needed to control the car, to ensure that the car is moving on its path. Similarly, you need to manage things. The moment you feel that the things are not being organized, not being performed the way in which they are to be performed, the way in which they are planned to be performed. So that is where you need to manage. Manage is a very, very strong word. But what is needed to manage? Management is identifying the objective. Let us try to understand. Management is identifying the objective. What you want to do. Organizing the resources. As I told you, you need people, you need money, you need time, you need energy. Organizing is setting goals. Not only objective, you set goals. You do this by this time, you do this by this time. I am supposed to do this. Are you not doing it for yourself? Each individual will have to manage himself or herself. You will have to manage your life. You will have to manage your time. You will have to manage your resources. You will have to manage your career. You need to manage your family. You need to manage the resources that you have. You need to manage the people around you. You will have to manage your relationship with your friends, relatives, right? Everything is managed only. Manage means what? Ensuring that everything is in order. Ensuring that everything is in order. Manage means ensuring that everything is in order. Setting goals, decision making, very, very important. Which goal you want to set? Why did you set it? And providing clarity. You need to communicate that, yet I wanted to do this. People should draw some meaning from your actions. Why this gentleman is doing like this? So he has got an objective. Because there's an objective, it has been properly communicated. You need to communicate to the people what you want to achieve. Accelerating the performance. It is not that you alone who is going to achieve everything. You need to do it with a group of people. You need to have a team of people. You should be a team player. One person cannot akela chana bhad nahi phod sakta. I hope you understood this kahawat, right? Akela chana bhad nahi phod sakta. So group of people can achieve more than what each individual can achieve. That's why team is defined as together everyone will achieve more. TEAM. Together everyone will achieve more. So you are supposed to manage the team. You should be the team leader. So accelerating the performance of your team members and measuring the performance of each and every team member. Why? You need to appreciate them, encourage them, and you should be able to set things right. And hitting the target and reaching the goal is ultimately the objective of a manager. This is the objective of each and every individual, each and everyone who is present in this particular seminar, right? Focusing on the strategic growth. You have achieved something, then what will you do? Are you happy with that? No, you will plan for something else. You plan for your own growth. You grow and grow and grow as long as you can. So this is what is management. But now let us understand what do you misunderstand as management? The first one, you are doing everything yourself. You are not consulting people. You are not talking about team. You are thinking that I can do it. People should not forget. You should think that I too can do it. It's not that I will only do it. I will only do it talks about ego. I too can do it talks about the teamwork. I am also a part of the team. Share the achievement with the team members. And doing everything yourself is not management. And sitting and bossing around and passing orders, managers, you do this, you do that, you do this. No, absolutely no. You will have to be a part of achievement. You will have to be a part of the activity. And finding faults, it is very easy to find faults. You can say you are wrong. You can say that you are not really doing what is to be done. So this is how you can always talk about the faults of others. You can focus on the faults of others. So don't talk about the faults of others. Managers should not talk about the faults. They should be able to correct if somebody is not really performing well. And taking the burden on your shoulders. So as if you're only doing it. As I told you, you doing everything yourself is not management. Taking all the burden on your shoulders is not management. You are not an effective manager. If you fail to plan, please don't forget, Sadar. If you fail to plan, you should plan to fail. Whatever you want to do, you should have a detailed plan of doing it. If you don't have a detailed plan of doing it, you are bound to fail in your endeavor, your efforts. So you should be very, very careful. When you want to do something, you should have a detailed plan of achieving it in terms of the timelines, in terms of the resources available, in terms of the objectives of your activity. Now, what is common sense? It's a sound, practical judgment that's usually developed through life experience rather than any kind of formal training. Common sense. You need not study books, but common sense is something you need to develop. At some point of time, I told you, management is a science and art. Management is a science and art. Science is what you study, art is what you practice. When you are practicing this art, the common sense will definitely strengthen your skills in applying the art of management from the science of management that you have understood. Is it clear? Now, one can develop common sense by being more aware and reflecting on situations before making decisions. You should be a good observer. You should be a good listener. I call a good communicator as a person who is a good listener, who is a good observer. If you observe what is happening around you, if you listen to what you are listening and trying to understand and derive some information, some meaningful value out of it, and definitely that will enhance, that will strengthen your common sense. That is very important. As one develops more common sense, one will be able to make smarter choices. If your common sense is really strengthened, your choices can be the best ones. Then what is common sense again? Common sense is a kind of intelligence. Now, suppose if I ask you a question, what is the difference between intelligence and common sense? Intelligence is something, the quickness to learn. Common sense is something, trying to understand what you have learned and trying to understand the situations around and trying to implement your learning to the context. You have learned something, something is happening around. You should be able to apply what you have learned to the context. So that is common sense. So you should be very, very careful in taking decisions. You should be very, very careful in implementing many things. You study management, as I told you, you study financial management, human resource management, marketing management, supply chain management, lots of management, hospitality management, healthcare management. But what is it you are supposed to do? You should take an action. Before you take an action, you recall all you have studied, add your common sense to that and try to really convert it into an action. Convert what you have learned and what you have experienced as an actionable initiative. That is very, very important. Now, common sense is equal to experiences and assumptions. You have an experience and you will assume that something is going to happen because you had an experience, right? Applying existing knowledge to practical applications is common sense. Common sense. My dear students, common sense is known as common sense, but it is not common to everyone. Each individual has got his own ability, his own, the strength of his own common sense. Suppose if anybody experiences something, the way in which different people respond to that experience is different. So common sense is uncommon. Please don't forget it. How do you practice it? Don't do things that you know are bad for you. Not only that, you should also behave in such a way with others, the way in which you are expecting them to behave with you. As simple as that. No book teaches you, no knowledge, no literature teaches you that you should behave in that way. Common sense, you observe, you practice. Be more observant of surroundings. Pick options that are the most practical in the situation. Think before you speak, so you don't say something you regret. Think before you speak. Don't spill words. Don't spill words. If you utter the word, it's something like, you cannot take it back. So you should be very, very careful, because most of the relationships, most of the problems are because of the wrong communication. Some word is used in a wrong way, in a wrong context, with a wrong person. So again, the common sense tells you, my dear, this is not the time. You know what you want to respond, but the common sense tells you, hold on. Right? That is very, very important. That is the power of common sense. It will control you if you can really strengthen your own common sense. Accept that there are some things you cannot change. Don't worry about the things you can't change. What is the best way to bear with the things that you can't change? You will have to accept them patiently, because you can't change them. What you can do, as I told you, Mahatma Gandhi said, if you want to change the world, don't try to change the world, try to change yourself to get along with the changes in the world. right? So that's what he says. Then how do you apply common sense? Compare the risks and rewards of a decision before choosing what to do. Trust your initial feelings so you don't overanalyze things too much. Look at your situation from other perspective. Think together. You should look at the situation at the other's perspective. That is why people say, be in their shoes. If you want to deal with a person, if you want to deal with a situation, you try to understand the situation by being there in the situation. Though you are not physically there, you should be able to visualize, when I am there, what will happen to me? Then what should I do? This is what is called common sense. Ask someone you trust for feedback. Sometimes you may have to ask somebody a feedback also, maybe your mother, your sister, your brother. You should ask them, am I right? They will check you, they will correct you. Realize that it's okay to make a wrong decision. Don't worry. If somebody said, I have not done any mistakes, he would not have done anything in his life at all. So don't really worry about the mistakes. If you are committing a mistake, accept that you have committed a mistake. If you accept your mistakes, you will become more strong. Acceptance of mistakes will make you strong. Don't forget it. People respect the people who will accept that they have done a mistake. But most of the times we don't accept our mistakes. Again, it's a common sense. Common sense. Why don't you accept the mistake? What's going to wrong? What's going to happen? Nothing. Heaven is not going to fall on earth. Now, how do you apply it? Yeah, this is what we have already seen. Now you see, I would like to just conclude it. I think I have exactly consumed the time that was given to me to talk about the topic. Now let me end this particular session before taking your questions with a small anecdote. I hope all of you can lead it. An illiterate father with his educated son went on camping trip. They set up their tent and fell asleep. Few hours later, in the midnight, both of them woke up. Father asked his son, look up to the sky and tell me what you can see. They started, they slept under a tent. They have a tent and they're sleeping. In the middle of the night, the father woke up the son and asked, what are you looking in the sky and in the ceiling? The son said, there are so many stars. Then father said, what does it tell you? Then the son started explaining the father. Astronomically, it tells there are millions of galaxies and planets. But please remember that these people were sleeping in a tent. But the moment they opened the eyes, they could see the stars and the moon in the sky. Then immediately the father slaps the son and told him, someone has stolen our tent. So this is what the father told him. So now you see the difference between the knowledge and the common sense, right? So you should be knowledgeable, but responding to the context is very, very important. The father is not so educated, but at least he knows that somebody has stolen the tent. The son started, recalling all his knowledge and said astronomy and then galaxies and stars and moon, right? But finally, the father said, somebody has stolen our tent. My dear son, please realize this is the reality. So common sense is very, very important. One should not be complacent. Knowledge speaks, wisdom sees. I repeat, knowledge speaks, wisdom sees. Common sense listens and understands the situation and enables an individual to do the right things. Managers will take decisions, they initiate things, they do right things, they do things in the right way. So common sense is an empowering tool to make one an efficient and effective manager. I wish all of you to be an efficient and effective managers in managing your own career, in managing your own life, in managing your own time. God bless you. Wish you all the best. Now the floor is open to questions. I'll be more than happy if you ask me as many questions as possible, because your questions will make me intelligent.
That was an extraordinary and inspiring session by yourself. Your creative session enlightened us and kept each one of us engaged. Now, we would like to request our speaker, Mr. Krishna Mohan, to kindly answer a few queries put forth by the audience. May I invite the moderator of the session, Ms. Shanti Krishnan, to pose some questions from the audience to you. Over to you, ma'am.
Your session was informative. All right, we have a few questions that I would like to share with you, sir. All right, so here is the first question. So why is it important to learn and understand management studies? And if we are good at it, can we make it a career?
See, the questions will really make me intelligent, make me think. they will strengthen my common sense. Yeah, I have started my session saying that irrespective of the domain that you are really having a specialization and you have selected as a skill, you need to manage it. And what is management ultimately? If something is going out of control, you should have the skill of putting it right back on the track. Management fundamentally tells that you should plan something. Management gives you the fundamentals of achieving something. Management is an art and science of achieving what you want to achieve in life. That is why you look at any domain, finance, financial management, technology management. So if you have, say, for example, the windmill is there. Windmill is managing the wind flow. Similarly, you have a lot of knowledge with you, but are you really able to manage your knowledge? Knowledge management has become a great domain. So I definitely suggest all the students at some point of time in their life, they will have to pursue the career in management, understanding the managerial skills. I hope I answered the question.
Yes, sir. Well answered. So I have the second question. What are the basic management principles we can apply for everyday life? Is it really difficult to manage your finances in a world of ever-growing expenses?
I recall one of the suggestions I received from my professor. His name is Venkat Sengavalli. Suppose if you look at the equation, how do you really save money? You save money once you spend something for your requirement. So earning minus expenditure is saving. But he has rewritten the equation. Your expenditure should be equal to earnings minus savings. So what is it we are doing? We are limiting our expenses to the extent of what we can spend after taking care of the saving. Saving is something, say for example, one more very, very important suggestion that gentleman has given. 30% of your earnings should be into your saving. That is very, very, very important. It's a principle, that's all. You will have to save for the rainy day. You will have to save for the day when you cannot really move out to work. And sometimes, even if you are sleeping, your money should multiply. So saving is definitely mandatory in life. As I told you, rewrite the equation as expenditure is equal to saving minus earning minus saving. It is not the other way around. You spend everything, whatever is left over, you save. No. Fundamentally, 30% of your earnings should be saved, number one. Number two, your expenditure should be controlled by your saving. It is not the other way around. Thank you.
Well said, sir. Yes. Over to the last question, sir. What is the biggest challenge in the management field at the moment, and what suggestions would you like to pass on to the young minds who are willing to pursue this as their career?
Thank you very much. It's a very good question. The young mind should know that they should focus on 5 elements in their life. 5 elements in their life. The first thing is physical fitness. The second thing is intellectual sharpness. The third thing is mental alertness. The fourth thing is emotional balance. The fifth thing is spiritual elevation. If they can focus on all these aspects, and if they start respecting the people around them, considering the human being next to you is as human as you are, that takes care of many things. And you be a role model in practicing what you preach. You create your own credibility. You create your own acceptability. Focus on yourself. Let us not worry about the people around us. Question yourself. Am I really living to the standards of a human being? That's it. And you become a role model to many. You become a good influencer. The world is bad because people are not able to influence the others. People are not able to make others listen to them. Follow the rules and follow the orders. You be a role model. Just imagine all the youngsters sitting today and listening to this. They really practice on these 5 principles of physical fitness, intellectual sharpness, mental alertness, emotional balance, and spiritual elevation. Spiritual elevation is God is in me, God is in everybody. So I should respect people around me as I expect them to respect me. This is the golden rule, and people should start practicing at the early age so that they will become very, very successful in their life. I pray God that all of them should be successful.
Thank you, sir. Well said. Yes, yeah, correct. So thank you, sir, for your valuable answers. A gentle reminder to all to fill the feedback form provided in the chat window. Every attendee who submits the feedback form will get a digital certificate. Over to you, Rayan.
Thank you, sir, for all your support and guidance given to the large audience by attending to the concerns so patiently during the course of the discussion.
Thank you. I'm leaving.
It's time for us to move on to the second part of the session. It's time to meet the university spokesperson, Dr. Vijaya. Without mathematics, there's nothing you can do. Everything around you are mathematics. Everything around you are numbers. Shakuntala Devi, Indian writer and mental calculator. Our honorable guest, Dr. Vijaya, holds an amazing career history. Her achievements are as follows. Engineering in Electronics and Communication Engineering from NIT, MTech in Computer Science and Engineering from MIT, Manipal, PhD in Computer Science and Engineering from Karpagam Academy of Higher Education. She holds more than 25 years of experience in Department of Mathematics and Computer Science. She was awarded Best Head of Department Academics in Valijat College. She has organized international conferences, special session in international conferences, symposium, tech fest, workshops, guest lectures, and summer programs. She is also a reviewer of international journals, international conferences, editor and guest editor in many of the journals. We are joyous to welcome Dr. Vijaya to enlighten us on the topic data science and data analytics.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Can you hear me? Hello,
Yes,
am I audible?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Thank you so much for the introduction. After many years, I'm just again joining ISM to give my presentation. It is a wonderful moment. I really feel happy to share my views. Actually, first I thought for school children, because you're 11th and 12th, I don't want to be highly technical so that you will feel bored and you'll be thinking Saturday evening, what is this lady keeping on telling so many information? But being 11th and 12th students, you have to move up your career, right? You have to decide your career. What is the path you have to take it? Some students will be thinking to go on the management line, and some students want to go on the arts and engineering. But you all know that. Why did I choose the topic as today's hot topic for the job opportunities are data science, data scientist, and data analyst. So I thought I will give some glimpses to you people about data science and data analytics. I can share the PPT. Hello. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, you
Yeah.
can share.
Yeah. Yes, good evening, all of you. I'm Dr. Vijaya. I'm representing Modern College of Business and Science, which is in Bausha. Today's topic is data science and data analytics. We all know, I know that you people 11, 12, particularly the students, are well versed in the social media, right? And you people are very good in buying from Amazon. Yes, whatever you want to buy nowadays, you people are buying in online. After the COVID started, most of you, even Lulu has started online like shopping. So a lot of data is being collected and warehoused. One second, I will just do this. That is web data, e-commerce, financial transaction, bank, credit transaction, online trading and purchasing, social network. Can you imagine how much data do we have? Google processes 200 petabyte a day. Can you imagine? See, petabyte. We are not talking about terabyte. Facebook has 4 petabyte of daily logs. Amazon collects around 1 exabyte. See that how much huge amount of data of purchase history data from their consumer base. 1000 genomes project, that is, it is equal to 200 terabyte. But what is the cost of a 1 TB disk? It's only 15 Omani Riyal. Time to read 1 TB disk is 3 hours. That is 100 megabyte per second. We will see what is, we all talk about big data, big data. Is it in volume? It is big. So we will see what is big data. The quantities, characters or symbols on which operations are performed by a computer, which can be stored and transmitted in a form of electrical signals and recorded on a magnetic, optical or mechanical recording media. What that is data. What is big data then? Big data is also a data with a huge size. Big data is a term used to describe a collection of data that is huge in volume and yet growing exponentially over time. In short, such data is so large and complex that none of the traditional data management tools are able to store it or process it efficiently. I hope you people could have been studied SQL, right? So we will just go about it. Extremely large data set that may be analyzed computationally to reveal patterns, trends, and association, especially relating to human behavior and interactions, are known as big data. What is the example of big data? For example, I've just taken a New York Stock Exchange, which generates about 1 terabyte of new trade data every day. So social media, can you just imagine? The statistics shows that 500 plus terabytes of new data get ingested into the database of social media site like Facebook every day. This data is mainly generated in terms of photo, video, upload, message exchange, putting comments, etc. That is in Facebook, Twitter, yes, Instagram. A single jet engine, for example, our flight, can generate 10 plus terabytes of data in 30 minutes of flight time. With many thousands of flights per day, generation of data reaches to many petabytes. So in schools, and now you're studying in the school, you might have learned about kilobyte and megabyte and gigabyte. See, we are in the era of zettabyte and yottabyte. See here, I've just given in the tabular form. You can just imagine the size of the data. 1000, that is megabyte. We all know it is 1000 kilobyte is a megabyte. 1000 megabyte is a gigabyte. 1000 gigabyte is a terabyte. 1000 terabyte is a petabyte. 1000 petabyte is a exabyte. 1000 exabyte is a zettabyte. We tell approximately, even though 1024 we make it approximate, and 1024 zettabyte is a yottabyte. See the size. Now when we talk about big data, we have to see what is the characteristics. Big means it doesn't talk only about the volume. Volume means how much data is generated. Nowadays, organization or human beings or systems are generating or getting very vast amount of data, say terabytes to petabyte to exabyte and more. That is volume, very large amount of data. Velocity. Velocity means how fast produce data. Nowadays, organization or human beings or system are generating huge amount of data at a very fast rate. See, we are not only, we want to analyze the previous, that is history data, we have to analyze even the real-time data. So that is the velocity. In big data means it takes into consideration even the real-time data, velocity. Produce data at a very fast rate. Variety means different forms of data. Nowadays, organization or human beings or system are generating very huge amount of data at very fast rate in different formats. We will discuss in details about the different formats. Veracity. See, this is the very, very important. The fourth V is very important. The quality or correctness of accuracy of the captured data. If the captured data is not correct, then the entire your analysis will be wrong. So because without correct information of data, there is no use of storing large amount of data at fast rate and different format. The data should give correct business value. This is the most important. Even though we have volume, everything, veracity is very, very important if you're doing any analysis. See, this is the diagram which I've taken from the net. You can see the data velocity. See, we started from the batch periodic near real. Now with real-time data, we are able to analyze it. Then data volume, we started with kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, terabyte. Now we are in the petabyte. And what are the different types of data we have it? You know that in the database, audio, video, web. Yes, so many information of data we have, different formats of data we have it. So what are the digital types of digital data? Structured, unstructured, and semi-structured. Any data that are stored, accessed, and processed in the form of fixed format is termed as a structured data. Over a period of time, talent in computer science has achieved greater success in developing techniques for working with such kind of data and also deriving value out of it. However, nowadays we are forcing issues when a size of such data grows to a huge extent. Typical sizes are being in the range of multiple zettabytes. So some of the students who have done in 11th, 12th, they might be familiar with the SQL. Yes, structured. This is a structured where you store it in a table. So we have a table which is being stored in the database, SQL, you can take it, or MySQL or whatever, Oracle also. So employee ID, name, gender, department, and salary in lakhs. So it has been stored. So this is a structured data. Unstructured data is nothing but which is not in any form. In any data with unknown form or the structure is classified as an unstructured data. In addition to the size being huge, unstructured data possesses multiple challenges. It's very difficult to process. See, unstructured data, it is very, very difficult to process. A typical example of unstructured data is a heterogeneous data source containing, it can contain text, images, or videos. See, from the Google, whatever you get, when you search and get it, these are unstructured data. And semi-structured data. A semi-structured data can contain both the form of data. We can see semi-structured data as a structured in form, but it is actually not defined. A table definition in relational DBMS. Example of semi-structured data is a data presented in an XML format, that is extended markup file. Like this record name, the name, it's all, this is a semi-structured format. What do we do with these data? What do we do is, see, mainly you could have seen in Center Point or Lulu or anywhere, the sale will happen. Have you seen it? How do they do that? Because they analyze your history of the past data. Based on that, they put the discount. So what do? So all the past data will be stored in the data warehousing. And when they want to do the operation, when they want to do the analytical, that is online analytical processing. OLAP is online analytical processing. Then with those data, you can index it, okay, you can search it, and you are querying it. See, whenever I'm giving in a Google a keyword, okay, we can retrieve the data. So Google will rank those keyword where number of words in a particular document is more, that the document will be retrieved first. So keyword based search, pattern searching, knowledge discovery, data mining, and statistical modeling. With the data, we can do all these things. What is then big data analytics? Big data analytics is the process of collecting, organizing, and analyzing large set of data to discover pattern and other useful information. Big data analytics can help organization to better understand the information contained within the data, and will also help identify the data that is most important to the business and future business decision. Analyst working with big data typically wants the knowledge that comes from analyzing the data. So high performance analytics required to analyze large volume of data. Big data analytics is typically performed using specialized software tools and application. Usually the tools, there are a lot of tools available for predicting, analytic data mining, text mining, forecasting, and data optimization. Collectively, these processes are separated by highly integrated functions of high performance analytics. Using big data tools and software enables an organization to process extremely large volumes of data that a business has collected to determine which data is relevant and can be analyzed to derive or drive better business decision in future. See, what is the challenge we have in the big data? What is the basic challenge we have is, see, we have both structured and unstructured data. See, that is the biggest challenge what we face is, for most organizations, big data analysis is a challenge. Consider the sheer volume of data and different formats of data, that is structured and unstructured, that is collected across the entire organization, and the many different ways different types of data can be combined, contrasted, and analyzed to find patterns and other useful business information. The first challenge is in breaking down data silos to access all data an organization stores in different places and often in different systems. The next comes is how big data analytics is used today. As a technology that helps an organization to break down data silos and analyze data improves, business can be transformed in all sorts of ways. Today's advances in analyzing big data allows researchers to decode human DNA in minutes, predict where terrorists plan to attack, determine which gene is mostly likely to be responsible for certain disease, and of course, which ads you most likely to respond on your Facebook. Another example comes one of the biggest mobile carrier in the world. So there are a lot of how we use big data analytics is being used today. What is the benefit? The benefits of big data: enterprises are increasingly looking to find actionable insights into the data. Many big data projects originate from the need to answer specific business questions. With the right big data analytic platform in place, an enterprise can boost sales, increase efficiency, and improve operation, customer service, and risk management. Notably, the business area getting the most attention relates to increasing efficiency and optimizing operation. Specifically, 62% of the respondents said that they use big data analytics to improve the speed and reduce complexity. So which are the areas where we can use big data? We use in healthcare, finance, retail, media, entertainment, e-commerce, telecom, education, and travel. These are the areas, these are the most important areas where big data analytics is being used. Now we'll come to the next topic of data science. What is a data science? An area that manages, manipulates, extracts, and interprets knowledge from tremendous amount of data. Data science is a multidisciplinary field of study with a goal to address the challenges in big data. Data science principles applies to all data, big or small. What is data science? Theories and techniques from many fields and disciplines are used to investigate and analyze a large amount of data to help decision makers in many industries such as science, engineering, economics, politics, finance, and education. Basically, the data science, it is basically in three domains. That is computer science, it is integrated, mathematics and statistics, that is pattern recognition, visualization, data warehousing, high performance computing, databases, AI. And in mathematics, mathematical modeling, statistical and stochastic modeling. See, when you look at, but the word data science looks very simple, but see the complexity. Data science, how many of, if you want to be a data scientist here, you have to know about statistics, pattern recognition, machine learning, AI, data mining, knowledge discovery and data mining, database and data processing, all these things. The outer domain, you should have a knowledge only. That is domain knowledge, communication, presentation, inquisitiveness, problem solving, and business analysis and business strategy. Even though the outer line, you should know the data science means you should have not the full knowledge, at least you should have a basic knowledge, but the inner domain, what has been given, all the knowledges are required for the data science. See, a data science, what are the methods what are the this thing domain we use in math, statistics, advanced computing, visualization, hacker mindset, domain expertise, data engineering, and scientific methods. So we all know that data scientists, the most demanding job of the 21st century, they analyze and find story. They are not a reporter. They extract the knowledge. A data scientist are big data wranglers, gathering and analyzing large set of structured and unstructured data. A data scientist role combines computer science, statistics, and mathematics. They analyze, process, and model data that interpret the results to create actionable plans for companies and other organizations. What do data scientists do? It's a big question mark. So if you want to take up a career as a data scientist, so you have to do your basic graduation. Either you can go on the engineering line, you can take your computer science, or you can do your computer applications, or you can do even electronics. It's not needed. If you want to be a data scientist, it's not needed that you have to take, but you can take nowadays. You have different options are there. So you can take up any, basically you have to know the knowledge of statistics is needed, mathematics is needed, and computer science is needed. So what do data scientists do? Identifying the data analyst problem that offers the greatest opportunity to the organization, determining the correct data set and variables, collecting large set of structured and unstructured data from disparate sources, cleaning and validating. Please don't feel that cleaning is just removing the dust. No, missing data or erroneous data has to be rectified, devising and applying models and algorithms to mine the stores of big data, analyzing the data to identify patterns and trends, interpreting the data to discover solutions and opportunities, communicating findings to the stakeholders using visualizing. And usually the stakeholders, what if in an organization, it will be the CEO, yes, or it's his manager. So those are considered as the stakeholders. So what do data analysts do? See, data, we know the data scientists. What do data analysts do? Using automated tools to extract data from primary and secondary tools, removing corrupted data and fixing coding errors and related problems, performing analysis to access quality and meaning of data, filter data by reviewing reports, using statistical tools to identify, analyze, and interpret patterns, assigning numerical values to essential business functions so that the business performance can be assessed and compared, preparing report for the management, stating trends, patterns, and prediction using relevant data, working this analyst, he is a backbone actually, working with programmers, engineers, and management heads to identify process improvement opportunities, propose system modification, and devise data governance strategies, preparing final analysis report for the stakeholders to understand the data analysis steps, enabling them to take important decisions based on various facts and trends. So if you want to concentrate on data science, you have to be in mathematics and applied mathematics, applied statistics, data analysis, solid programming skill with R, Python, or SQL. It's both are not mandatory. You can have Python and SQL, data mining, database storage and management, machine learning, and discovery. So with this, I'm just correlating with the courses what has been offered in our department, that is mathematics and computer science. So our department vision to produce industry ready computing and statistics. One second. To meet the challenges of the 21st century, see, we have the associate degree program, information security. One second, it is going. Okay. that is Information Communication Technology and Computer Science, we have associate degree, and bachelor degree, we have Computer Science, Information System, Information Security, Statistics and Applied Technology. In Computer Science, we have 4 major pathways, that is Data Science, Artificial Intelligence, Mobile Apps and Ubiquitous Computing, Cybersecurity. And in Applied Technology, we have Internet of Things, Data Analytics, Augmented and Virtual Reality, Robotics and Intelligence System. So Bachelor of Computer Science, just now I told, Modern College is the first one that starts in AI and data science. So we will see what is the career prospectus. The career prospectus for computer science, once you have done with one of the path, that is you can either choose artificial intelligence or data science or mobile apps and ubiquitous computing or cybersecurity. The career path, the career prospects will be, you can be a full stack web developer, mobile application developer, software developer, system architect, database administrator, computer network architecture, network administrator, system administrator, data scientist, data analyst, and system analyst. Bachelor of Science in Applied Technology has the following specialization in Internet of Things, data analytics, augmented and virtual reality, and robotics and intelligence system. So the career prospects for this course is IoT cloud software developer, IoT infrastructure architect, IoT system administrator, Unity developer, UX UI developer, VR game developer, VR sound effects specialist, technical 3D architect, data analyst. You can be business intelligence analyst, operation analyst, robotic programmer, robotic system designer, and automation product designer. See, there are a lot of opportunities because it covers all the 4th industrial revolution. Next comes the information security. The scope of the computer networks and the span of these systems increase in organization every day. At the same time, industry and society dependence on these technologies are growing, as is the creation of damaging software that attacks computing system and networks. One of the continuing challenges facing society is the security and protection of information asset. This results in an increased need for people and technology that can secure information infrastructures and protect them from attack. The course include a complement of core courses which gives the student the firm foundation in networking, systems and administration, and security. The major knowledge area of this program includes those defined by the International Information System Security Certification Consortium. So the career prospects for this is, these graduates can assist employers in risk and vulnerability assessment of an organization, selection, configuring, and employment of appropriate technical solution and components for protecting information asset, forensic analysis on various types of computing devices and storage media, implementation of IT security regulations and standards, mitigation and management of threats posed to information system. So the next, we have the statistic course. The Bachelor of Science in Statistics is designed to provide students with an understanding of the concept of statistical inference and a familiarity with the methods of applied statistical analysis. Statistics is a science of modeling, summarizing, analyzing data, and of using mathematics and computing tool to make prediction and decision in the face of uncertainty. Statistical ideas are applicable in any area involving quantitative measurement and in almost every area of scholarly pursuit. What is the career prospect? The graduates will support their employers in collecting, analyzing, and interpreting data, as well as reporting conclusion, usage of data to solve problems in a wide variety of fields like health, medicine, business, and industry, as well as government institution, application of mathematical and statistical knowledge to social, economic, medical, and ecological problems. Then we have the next comes the information system. The information system, the Bachelor of Science in Information System program equips students with critical skills and knowledge required to direct and to control computerized information resources within diverse organization settings. The study of information system provide professionals with the expertise and knowledge to support innovation, planning, and management of information infrastructure, as well as the coordination of information resources. The curricula is designed to respond to the need of information system professionals with system management and development expertise. Required area of study includes system analysis and design, data communication, programming, database development, and specialized elective. So these people, the graduates, can help their employer. They can be a chief information officer, database manager, system analyst, business application developer, ERP administrator, business decision support specialist, electronic data processing auditing, internet intranet manager, human computer interaction specialist. So the references, and thank you so much for listening. So I hope I finished before time. Yes.
Thank you very much for the informative session, and we are sure that the process of exploring and inquiring has begun in the minds of students and parents. Let us all watch a video on MCBS University. May I invite the moderator of the session, Ms. Shanti Krishnan, to pose some questions from the audience to you. I'm sure there's bound to be a few questions. Let's take up one or two of them. Over to you, ma'am.
Good evening to all. Let me quickly scan the questions received in the chat box, ma'am. All right. So here is the first question for you, ma'am. So what are the job prospects if I do graduation in computer science? Could you please answer?
Definitely. I'm so happy the students are asking. See, if you could see it, the trend, I don't know whether you people surf the internet for checking your career prospects. Yes, for the job opportunities. 99.9% of students who have done computer science get the job. Either through placement, might be 90% of the students get the job through placement, and 10% in case. So almost 99.9. Actually, those who are willing to join the companies. Many students, what they do is they go abroad for their higher studies. So some students are there where they don't take up the job and they go for higher studies. But I can guarantee you and tell you, those who are taking computer science as their major, they will definitely get the job. That is for 100%. I can just quote an example for my son even. Okay, even though I've done my electronics and communication from NIT Trichy. My son also did the electronics and communication. I told him the previous trend is not like that. Now you have to take computer science. I told him, but he didn't listen to me. He took electronics. I'm not degrading any branch. I'm just telling you the fact. See, the core electronics and communication, sometimes it is difficult for the students to get the job. The core, they wanted, since they have studied electronics, they wanted the core electronics. They want to work not in the IT. They want to work in the core electronics and communication product-based company. And you know, the job opportunities of product-based companies of electronics and communications very less. You have to be highly competent. So he couldn't get, ultimately he came into IT.
All right, ma'am. Thank you so much. All right. Okay. So next question is that what degree courses can be done in abroad to pursue a career related to mathematics or computer science?
See, first thing, if you have to decide where you want to go. If you want to go to which country, which country you want to go. First thing, the first step is what you have to do is you have to get, if you are going for Australia, okay, Australia or Canada, you can write your IELTS. It's not, and if you are going to US, you have to write TOEFL. You have to write TOEFL for that. So what I personally feel is, I don't know, up to you people, for undergraduate, you can study in the country where you are, or your origin, where you are from. For example, if you're from India, you can do it in India or here. And for masters, you can go further to other places. That's what I personally feel, because you'll be matured enough. You'll be matured enough that time.
All right, ma'am. Thank you so much. Next question I have is very interesting. What set of skills do we need to become a computer engineer?
See, some students, they come to me. For example, in 11th and 12th, ma'am, I didn't do computer science. Will I find it difficult to do computer science? Yes, absolutely. There won't be any issues at all. Okay. If you have little bit of logical thinking, then programming is very, very easy. Basically, logical thinking is what? See, you came out of the school and you're seeing so much traffic is there. So what you will do immediately, will you stand till the traffic clears, or you will find how can I reach my home? You will take the distance, right? Now you have a GPS, it will tell where is the traffic and you can find the way and you can go. So little bit logical thinking, if you have it, you will be the best person. I'll tell you, you will shine very well. Don't worry about it in 11th or 12th. I know that certain students may not have taken computer science in their 12th, right? But it's not needed. It's not needed that since they have taken computer science, it'll be easy for them. No, not at all. See, I did my electronics and communication and I did my master's in computer science. I didn't find any difficulty.
Yeah. All right, ma'am. Thank you so much for the valuable answers. Okay. So yes, we have so many queries, and yes, the students can access the mobile app and the questions will be directly answered. All right. So a gentle reminder to all to fill the feedback form provided in the chat window. So every attendee who submits the feedback form will receive a digital certificate. Over to you, Ziba.
As we draw the end of this enriching session, I deem it my great privilege to propose the vote of thanks. We extend our heartfelt thanks to our eminent speaker, Mr. Krishna Mohan, for all his words of motivation. Thank you, sir. We express our gratitude for the spokesperson, Dr. P. Vijaya of the MCBC University, for sharing us details and giving us an overview of the career guidance. Thank you, ma'am. A deeper sense of appreciation and gratitude to Chairman Dr. Shivakumar Manikyam and members of the Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman. A heartfelt thanks to President Mr. Ajayan Poyara and members of the Indian School Boucher School Management Committee and the Principal of the school, Dr. Bhavesh Balera. We request the participants to kindly fill in the feedback form posted on the chat window. We present a video of the valued sponsors and heartfelt thanks to our platinum sponsor, Jane Deemed to be University, gold sponsors, De Montfort University, silver sponsors, Dallas Baptist University, USA, Grey Matters, SP Jain School of Global Management, Sri Ramachandra Institute of Higher Education and Research, and bronze sponsors, Middle East College, SP Jain School of Global Management, digital marketing partner, Spectrum and Trifoil, media partner, The Arabian Stories, and valued donors. Over to the video.
An event of this kind requires the coordination of a committed team. Thank you to the ISP Avenir team for making Avenir 2022 possible. Thank you to teachers, students, and parents for being a part of the session.
Find out what you like doing best and get someone to pay you for doing it. With these uplifting words, I, Zeba,
And I, Ryan,
wish you all a glorious day ahead. A gentle reminder to all to fill the feedback form provided in the chat window. Every attendee who submits the feedback form will receive a digital certificate. See you in the next session.